Hold on 1 second, okay?
Please, I don't know who else is surviving.
I know, ma'am. Just stay on the phone with me, okay?
Particularly difficult task after the intense fire that reduced the home to rubble.
Pardo was severely injured during that explosion. He suffered third-degree burns on both arms. It also appears that the Santa Claus suit that he was wearing did melt onto his body.
Pardo then drove to his brother's house, where he shot himself. Police found explosives in his rental car there.
The Covina family massacre stands as one of the most chilling, twisted, and horrific crimes in modern American history. It involves a crime so brutal and premeditated that it shook a quiet suburban community and left everyone asking how such a thing could happen. In this video, we're diving into the disturbing details of this horrifying event, exploring the motives, the players involved, and the aftermath that still haunts the survivors today. This case is not just about the shocking violence of one night, but the deeply rooted family secrets and escalating tensions that led to such a catastrophic end. It's a story of betrayal, rage, and pure madness. A twisted tragedy that forever altered the lives of the Covina family and their community. Let's begin. The Covina family. A normal, happy suburban family at first glance. The Covina family appeared to be like any other typical suburban family living in Covina, California, a peaceful, family-oriented community located in the San Gabriel Valley. The family was well-liked and seemed to live a happy life. The head of the household, Bruce Pardo, was a 45-year-old aerospace engineer who had recently separated from his wife, Sylvia Pardo. Bruce and Sylvia had been married for several years and had 2 children, a son and a daughter, who were now in their teens. Despite the divorce, Bruce and Sylvia remained cordial, and he still spent time with his children. In fact, the Covina family's home was the setting for what was supposed to be a joyful occasion, a Christmas Eve celebration. Sylvia's extended family had gathered at their house, including her parents, her brother, and her nieces and nephews. The evening started like any other holiday gathering, filled with laughter, food, and the warmth of loved ones. The family was unaware that a storm was brewing, and they were about to face the unimaginable. Bruce Pardo, the man behind the mask. Bruce Pardo was a seemingly ordinary man, a well-educated engineer with a stable job, a house, and a family. However, beneath the surface, there was a deeply troubled individual. Bruce's marriage to Sylvia had begun to unravel several years before the Christmas Eve massacre. The reasons for the breakdown were not clear to those around them, but it's been speculated that issues of infidelity, emotional neglect, and financial stress played a significant role in the couple's decision to separate. Bruce's violent tendencies had not yet manifested in full force, but a pattern of erratic behavior and anger was becoming evident. He had previously exhibited signs of bitterness, jealousy, and resentment toward his wife and her family, especially after the divorce. He had a growing sense of entitlement and believed that he had been wronged. What made Bruce's actions even more disturbing was his methodical planning. Leading up to the night of the massacre, Bruce had spent weeks carefully preparing for what would become one of the most gruesome crimes in American history. He meticulously assembled his weapons and devised a plan to attack the Covina family. Bruce had also been hiding his true emotions behind a mask of civility. On the evening of December 24th, 2008, he made a decision that would forever alter the course of many lives. Despite the tension between him and his ex-wife, he was invited to the family gathering by Sylvia herself. It seemed like a small, peaceful gesture, a sign of moving past their divorce for the sake of the children and family tradition. But little did anyone know, this was the beginning of a plan to destroy the family. The Christmas Eve attack. A night of horror, the night of the family Christmas celebration unfolded. Everything appeared normal. The house was filled with chatter, the smell of food, and the warmth of a traditional family gathering. But behind the scenes, Bruce Pardo was preparing to turn the evening into a bloodbath. Amid the chaos, Bruce's horrifying plan was clear. He was systematically targeting every member of the family who had ever wronged him. But it wasn't just a killing spree. It was a carefully orchestrated act of revenge. Bruce seemed intent on making sure that everyone in the house felt his rage. At some point, Sylvia's niece, a child of 8 years old, managed to escape the carnage and ran to a neighbor's house to call for help. This was the first sign that there might be a chance for some to survive the massacre. The explosions, the deadly final act after shooting several members of the family, Bruce Pardo escalated the violence even further. He set the entire house on fire using gasoline and homemade explosive devices. This final act of terror was meant to ensure that no one would survive, as the fire would engulf the house and destroy all evidence of the crime. As the fire consumed the building, the surviving members of the family, some severely injured, struggled to escape. Tragically, the flames and smoke trapped several people inside, preventing them from getting to safety. The fire department and law enforcement were called immediately, but it was too late for many of the victims. Bruce Pardo's escape and the search for justice after committing the massacre. Bruce Pardo fled the scene, but his escape was short-lived. He had planned to escape to Canada, where he believed he could disappear without a trace. However, his plans were thwarted. Bruce's actions had already attracted attention, and he was soon identified as the suspect. Authorities immediately began a manhunt to track him down. The aftermath, a community shaken to its core. The aftermath of the Covina family massacre was devastating for both the immediate survivors and the wider community. 9 people died in the massacre, including Sylvia, her parents, her brother, and several of her nieces and nephews. The horrific nature of the crime left people feeling numb, struggling to comprehend the depth of Bruce Pardo's violence and the extent of the family's loss. In the weeks following the massacre, the Covina community came together to support the survivors, who were left to pick up the pieces of their shattered lives. A memorial was created for the victims, and the event was covered extensively in the media, further cementing its place as one of the most twisted and disturbing crimes in California history. A Christmas night that will never be forgotten for the survivors. The psychological and emotional toll of that night remains a heavy burden. While justice was served through Bruce's death, the impact of his actions will echo through their lives forever. This case serves as a stark reminder of how deeply hidden resentments, unresolved issues, and unchecked mental health struggles can manifest in the most terrifying ways. The Covina family massacre is not just a tragic story, but a lesson in the darkness that can lurk behind seemingly normal lives and the catastrophic consequences it can have when it's left unchecked. Thanks for watching. If you found this case as shocking as we did, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more chilling stories like this. And remember, sometimes the most twisted cases are the ones that happen behind closed doors.